let's go ahead and mix this up, you guys. So where I'm going to start is I like to get a bigger container like this or like this, one or the other. You want to get something big so that you can shake this up and mix it up really good. Then we're going to go grab those eggs. So make sure you got a nice clean container. I'm going to start out with our borax. I've got a box open here already. I'm just going to go ahead and go with 1 cup. Yeah, let's see, right here to the top. One suggestion is when you buy this stuff, before you open it, hit it really hard on the sides and break it all up. Okay, we're going to go with 1 cup of borax. I'll put this over here. We're going to go with 1 cup of sugar. Go ahead and pour that in there. And this is granulated sugar. Get that to 1 cup. Break these chunks up so that I don't have to worry about it when it mixes. Make sure we're at a little bit under 1 cup there. You don't want to cut back on your sugar. These numbers have been proven pretty good by cats even older than me that have been doing this for a long time, like Buzz Ramsey and more. It's really important to just get these cures just right to where that extra salt and sugar. Now, if you get some eggs that are really bright orange red, those probably have enough salts and sugars in them to just fish them that way. You could just use like some rock salt or something from ProCure and go ahead and just cure those eggs up. That's a different cure, but that's an example. If your eggs are a little bit on the duller side because that fish has been up there for a little while, or maybe it's undernutriented, maybe the nutrients aren't so good, we'll put it that way. So go ahead and go with 1 cup right here. 1 cup of sugar. Okay, let's go ahead and grab some salt. We're going to go with 1 cup of salt as well. Get that nice and level. Exactly 1 cup. So we've got 1 cup of borax, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of salt. Now, here comes the fun part. Jello. Why Jello? Everybody, you need to ask why so you can learn this stuff. For the salmon, I like to give them a little bit more sugar. For the steelhead, they like a little bit more salt. So, what happens with the Jello, even so, I've been using this since 1990, first of all. Why does it work? We didn't ask back then, we just followed what the old guys told us. I've pretty much asked why, and now I know why. All this is doing is adding dye to the eggs like people currently do, and it's adding extra sugar. So if you don't want to use strawberry Jello, but still want to have the same egg cure, because you're going to use dye instead of the dye that's in the strawberry Jello, what you want to use is extra sugar. So instead of a cup of sugar, go with 1.25 cups. There goes the Jello. That added extra sugar plus some dye, like what I have right here. So this is just an extra dye that I add instead of the liquid dye that you've seen in my previous videos. I'll just take this little scooper. Uh-oh, I think I broke open my rock salt. And for this, I'm just going to take and add a couple of tablespoons. And this is just a food coloring dye. Just you can get whatever kind, or like in my video, you can take and just add liquid drops to the skeins and let those juice out with it. So for this, I'm just, because I already have the strawberry Jello in there, I'm just going to add, for that much for the whole mix, I'm going to go ahead and add 2. Okay, for this part, I'm going to throw on some gloves because we're just about ready to, my eggs sit around and I thaw them out and I cure them, and they sit around quite a bit. So Because I take so many people out, I never know if they're going to be in the fridge for 4 days or 3 days, and I don't want them to get stink eggs. So I do use the sodium sulfite. This is the other stuff that they have. It's going to be just as good. It's going to keep those eggs from getting a stink egg. Now I like to use, you can use 3/4 of a cup. You don't have to use that much. I've been cutting down on it. This one I'm probably just going to do like 1/3 of a cup. It's just got to be enough in there to keep it from getting stink egg. And it depends on how much you're making. Because I'm making a full cup of everything, I'm going to go ahead and put at least 1/3 of a cup in here. It doesn't have to be too much. Everybody's got a little bit of different amount. I'm just going to go with 1/3 of a cup, and that seems to have been working for me. Some of my recipes have called for 3/4 of a cup, and originally even 1 full cup. But again, I think it just depends on how many eggs you're curing. And I think just a little bit of that much that I put in there is definitely going to be enough to keep them from getting stinky and go bad. Now, if you want to use different cures, which you really want to, you want to take several out with you. This is my NWRK1 batch. Northwest Ripon Keepers Strawberry Jello Egg batch is the NWRK1 batch. I'm going to make more batches where I'm going to just use rock salt and nothing else, or I'm just going to use the ProCure Borax Cure, or I'm going to just use some Potskis added into my NWRK1. Another good one is some Potskis Fire, Boraxo Fire. These are different egg cures, and you can add, I've got one cure right here where I've added 1/2 cup of this into this. And that added some extra sugar and dyes because this is a real dark red color. So after you get this all done, mix it up really good. You see that nice pink color I'm getting in there with the 2 tablespoons of that dye? Instead of using the liquid dye, it does work. I've been using it for a couple of years, and I've been salmon fish with that too. This is going to be a more consistent, even dye than the other stuff is. And you can see it's a lot more pink than my, I guess it's pretty close. This is my NWRK1. I'm low on this. It's almost out, but I'll show you what color that is with just the strawberry jello. So without the strawberry jello, or I'm sorry, with the strawberry jello and an added dye, we're at this color. And this Boraxo is this color, more of an orange. And this is going to be a little bit more of a pink. And so we're going to get a little bit different colors for these. So this is actually a little bit different of a cure. So I'm going to put NWRK1, and I'm going to put pink because it's not red. I went with a pink instead of a red. And if you want to add more sense to this, when those eggs juice out, drain the juice out and add in some sand shrimp. You can add in krill. You can add in different types of stuff that you can add into it after you drain that juice out. And then instead of that juice that came out of it, it will suck this stuff back in. And that's going to flavor those eggs a lot differently. And so you can go ahead and put these in there, and you can sprinkle this in, and instead of it sucking those juices that you drained out, it will suck this stuff back into those eggs and give you a different egg. One I really like to use is get garlic, ProCure garlic oil, and go ahead and squirt some of that garlic oil into your egg cure. Not when it's like this. When you're curing the eggs, after they juice out, drain the juice out, spray some of this in there, squirt some of this in there, except for use the oil and use the garlic, or you can use the sand shrimp, and make several different batches of different types, and you're going to really come out with a lot better egg experience, because one day one might work better than the other on one group of fish. One might work better on kings, one works better on coho. You're going to get that dialed in, and you're going to have fun catching fish on your own cures, or just use mine. Either one, it doesn't matter, as long as I help you catch more fish. Have a good one, you guys. I'm going to go grab those eggs, and we're going to go ahead and cure some up with this new cure, because remember, this is a new dye I got that I haven't used yet. So this is technically a new cure. We're going to see how it looks. Okay guys, don't forget I've redone all of my playlist sections like a library. So if you want to target a specific thing you want to learn, like habitat of the fish or curing eggs, drift fishing only, bobber setups only, we have it all set up for you now in a library type of setting where you can target whatever you need to learn how to catch more fish. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you on the next one, and make sure you push, 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 grind, and you will catch more fish.